Hello and welcome to the APRF's first Tech Talk. In these short videos, which we'll put out between some of our investigation videos, we'll be discussing matters concerning some of the equipment we use, how we use it, and occasionally offering what we feel is best practice regarding both the setup and use of specific items of kit.
In the last video, investigating Shepton Mallet Prison, we said we'd take a look at a couple of pieces of equipment we decided not to use during the Estes method EVP session, owing to the fact that two-way radios would produce false positives with these particular devices. These items were the MEL meter, and specifically its REM function, and an EMF meter. We also mentioned the radio scanner. So let's start by talking about the REM function of the MEL meter, which works in pretty much the same way as any other REM pod. REM stands for radiating electromagnetism, and such an electromagnetic field is created by the device around its aerial. Any disturbance to this field produces a capacitance effect, which increases the voltage to part of the electrical circuit and illuminates a number of LEDs, depending on the level and proximity of the interference. However, radio waves, being part of the electromagnetic spectrum, can interfere with the field around a REM pod's aerial and produce false positives. The same is true with an EMF or electromagnetic field meter. The MEL meter has an extremely accurate and responsive EMF meter as one of this device's 7 functions, but for the purpose of demonstrating the effect radio waves have on a REM pod and EMF meter more clearly, we are using 2 separate devices. Despite radio waves being an issue, we can however mitigate the effects they potentially have on our results by using a radio wave scanner. This device detects all radio waves present and can be desensitized to commercial radio waves by turning down its sensitivity. At this point, any extraneous radio waves will not register on the scanner, but any intermittent signals, such as emitted by electronic bugs or two-way radios, will produce a spike in signal level indicated on the device.
Therefore, if the REM pod and/or EMF meter produces a sudden spike in signal, significantly when the devices are placed stationary in a location, away from any known sources of electricity, high voltage cabling, etc., and the radio scanner also peaks, then radio waves, or possibly even microwaves, are most certainly to blame. If the radio scanner does not peak, but the REM pod and/or EMF meter does indicate a spike in signal, then there's a possibility that something within the parameters of what we now call paranormal may be at play. Baseline readings should always be taken to establish norms in readings and measurements made on a regular basis.